Teacher associations of second cycle schools in that region say funding constraints have forced them to abandon infrastructural projects amid organizational challenges. Joy News' checks reveal restriction on PTA dues and levies that came with government flagship free senior high school policy is responsible. Officials say transportation and other logistics support by the parents have also stalled. Ohementeria has more in the following report.
The fanfare that greeted introduction of free senior high school perhaps took away the powers of local PTAs in second cycle schools. The association had become vehicles for development in schools. Members spearhead infrastructure drive from classroom to residential accommodation to provision of vehicles for schools. Such initiatives were funded from dues, levies and other contributions by parents.
Before the free SHS policy, we used to collect fees, and then part of the fees given to PTA to do other projects. But the government policy is that don't use the guests to collect the dues, deal with the parents, and that is where the challenge is. And when we meet, we give our accounts numbers, we give numbers they will not pay.
Now, PTAs appear to have been reduced to mere peer groups with little or no influence in the schools their children attend.
Currently, per the free SHS policy, we no longer collect dues because we're using the students as agents, so that if they are not paying, we ask them to go home so that they go and collect the dues for us. Currently, per government policy, we cannot ask any child to go home to collect PTA dues. So it has become voluntary, and the parents are not paying.
One such school reeling under this situation is Yasantua Senior High School. PTA projects, including this two-story dormitory, started 2 years ago, is on hold. Space from this huge edifice could absorb hundreds of students to address congestion and perhaps the gold and green tracks issue. Andrews Chere is local PTA chairman.
If we are able to complete, according to the headmisters, the double track will cease for Yasantua. So we are appealing to people to help us. And we are also appealing to Kumasi businessmen or businesswomen to come to our aid so that the policy of social distance is assured.
Mr. Chere says at least 100,000 Ghana cedis is needed to complete the project and put the facility to use. He appeals for support from corporate bodies and benevolent organizations.
We need to have the burger proof. We have to tie it. Then we also need to construct bathrooms and toilet because the one they did is not enough for the case. And currently they don't even have a place to dry their things. And it's very serious. Government is providing one in addition, but it will not be enough if we want to stop the double track. Per the estimate, provisional figures we are about 100,000.
Mr. Chere says until the PTAs are strengthened, second cycle schools would continue to face infrastructure deficit despite government effort.
The solution is that we want parents to know that we cannot leave everything for government to do for our guests. So they also need to contribute by paying their dues. For Yasantua, we propose 50 Ghana cedis per semester. But even that one, the payment is a problem. If this phenomena that we are experiencing does not change, then PTA will become handicapped.
Meanwhile, the PTA has presented PPEs and other anti-COVID-19 materials to school authorities. From Kumasi, for Joy News, Ohementeria reporting.